वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah, UAE, welcoming all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Sri Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees. Hare Krishna. Am I audible? And I couldn't see anyone.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji, we can hear you.
Okay. Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme these Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit simple activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as 42 activities Karmakanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the holy name of the Lord. Number 10, to not have complete faith on the strength of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It's also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against his offenses in order to achieve the desired success, that is Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. But before moving on to the session, I would like to know who are all present on the call today. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from Canada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radhika Mataji, Radhika. Okay. Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Mataji, you are reading the introduction of Prabhu, Sundarangi Radha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Okay, Mataji, I can read. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Gauri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji. My humble obeisances to you and all assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Param Bhavani Shama Devi Dasi from Baltimore, Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Param Papni Shama Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna. Anyone else who would like to introduce? Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So, today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by His Grace, Krishna Dhan Prabhu. And before moving on to the call, I would like to hand over the call to Sundarangi Radha Mataji to give brief introduction about His Grace, Krishna Dhan Prabhu. Hare Krishna Mataji, please take
Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity to serve. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Krishna Dhana Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Prabhuji is a senior brahmachari and a full-time preacher at ISKCON Nashik since 2008. He is presently the president of ISKCON Nashik and looks after youth preaching activities in Nashik. As the founder and director of Samruddhi School of Leadership, he has been stressing on how crucial it is to train and guide the teenagers. His recently published book, Get Set Go Student Success Handbook, is highly acclaimed for its lucidity and a practical guide in Krishna consciousness. His motivational speaking has struck chords with many industrialists and also youth in bringing all to the platform of Krishna consciousness. His seminars and courses based on Vedic scriptures have found a niche among corporates and colleges across Mumbai. He is also the committee member of Gopal Garden High School. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. This was a brief introduction about today's speaker, Krishnadhan Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for giving me the.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for serving and giving that brief introduction about Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, dear duties. Prabhuji is joined. So, right. Hare Krishna, dear duties. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha conference call, and today to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by His Grace Krishna Dhan Prabhu, and the verse is Canto 7, Chapter 14, text 30 to 33. There is 30, 31, 32, 33. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us a valuable time and association this morning to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, over to you.
Hare Krishna. So let us begin by chanting some prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namah Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Itinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 14, entitled as Duties of Ideal Human Being. And in that we are discussing verses number 30, 31, 32, 33. So there are 4 verses. Saramsi Pushkaradini Kshetranyarha Shritanyuta Kurukshetram Gayashirah Prayaga Pulahashramah Naimisham Phalgulam Setu Prabhasotha Kushasthali Varanasi Madhupuri Pampa Bindu Sarastatha Narayanashramo Nanda Sita Ramashramadayah Sarve Kulachala Rajan Mahendra Malayadayah Ete Punyatamadesha Harerarcha Shritaschaye Etan Deshan Nisheveta Shreyas Kamo Yabhikshnashah Dharmo Yatrehitah Pumsam Sahasradhika Phalodayah. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. The sacred lakes like Pushkara and places where saintly persons live like Kurukshetra, Gaya, Prayag, Pulahashrama, Naimisharanya, the banks of the Falgu river, Setu Bandha, Prabhasa, Dwaraka, Varanasi, Mathura, Pampa, Bindu Sarovar, Badrikashrama, that is Narayanashrama, the places where Nanda river flows, the places where Lord Ramchandra and Mother Sita took shelter, such as Chitrakuta, and also the hilly tracts of land known as Mahendra and Malaya. All of these are to be considered most pious and sacred. Similarly, places outside India where there are centers of the Krishna consciousness movement and where Radha Krishna deities are worshipped must all be visited and worshipped by those who want to be spiritually advanced. One who intends to advance in the spiritual life may visit all these places and perform ritualistic ceremonies to get results 1,000 times better than the results of the same activities performed in any other place. Purport: in these verses and in the verse 29, that is the previous verse, the stress is given on one point, Harer Archashrayetascha Ye, or Harer Archa. In other words, any place where the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by the devotees is most significant. The Krishna consciousness movement is giving the population of the entire world a chance to take advantage of Krishna consciousness through ISKCON centers, where one may perform deity worship and chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and in this way obtain results with effectiveness increased 1,000 times. This constitutes the best welfare activity for the human society. This was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, and it was predicted by him in the Chaitanya Bhagavata Antalila, chapter 4, text 126. Prithvete achayat nagaradigram sarvatra prachara hoibe mora nam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted the Hare Krishna movement with installed deities to spread to every village and town in the world, so that everyone in the world might take advantage of this movement and become all auspicious in spiritual life. Without spiritual life, nothing is auspicious. Mogha shamogha karmano mogha jnana vichetasaha. Bhagavad Gita 9.12. No one can become successful in spiritual activities or speculative knowledge without being Krishna conscious. As recommended in the Shastras, everyone should be very eagerly interested in taking part in the Krishna consciousness movement and understanding the value of spiritual life. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome all of you for this session today on Srimad Bhagavatam. 7th canto we are describing, and ideal family life is being described. Basically, at the beginning of the chapter, Yudhishthir Maharaj has inquired from Narad Muni, tell me something about the Grihastha life and their duties and what they should be doing. So Narad Muni, in nutshell, described the entire thing. Basically, last time also I was discussing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7 is basically talking about Uti. The entire Bhagavad Puran talks about the 10 subjects, the 10 subject matters. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utayah manvantareshanu katha nirodho muktirashrayah. This 10 topics spreads over the entire Srimad Bhagavatam 12 cantos, and the 7th canto talks about Uti, that is inclinations, auspicious inclinations and inauspicious inclinations. Still now, when Narad Muni was narrating the story of Prahlad and Hiranyakashipu, we got to know about the positive inclinations or the auspicious inclinations from the life of Prahlad, who was the greatest devotee of the Lord, one amongst the 12 Mahajanas. And also, we got to learn about the inauspicious inclinations, a demoniac mentality, which was personified by none other than Hiranyakashipu, for whose sake Lord has to appear as Narsimhadev. And once the story is over, the story is basically the conversation between Yudhishthira and Narada, which is taking place from the first chapter of the 7th canto. And this is the further discussion. And in this further discussion, also the auspicious inclinations are highlighted by Narad Muni to Maharaj Yudhishthira. So basically, this chapter and this chapters which we discussed previously also, they're talking about the family life, the ideal family life. Our scriptures talk about duties to be performed by everyone in all the varnas and all the ashramas. They talk about the duties of a brahmachari, duties of a grihastha, duties of vanaprastha and sannyasi, as well as brahmana, kshatriya, vaishya, shudra. So all these are very beautifully explained in the 7th canto. The later section, what we are discussing, is very crucial and essential for a sadhaka. You might have noticed some statements I read from the translation as well as purport with a varying degree of stress. Prabhupada said that anyone who wants to advance in spiritual life must do this. And that is the goal of our life. Prabhupada mentions in the purport that without spiritual life, nothing is auspicious. So we have a full faith in the words of Srila Prabhupada that real auspiciousness begins in our life when we take to a spiritual life. And specifically, all the grihasthas, it's their duty to follow all those duties mentioned in the scriptures, strictly adhering to the do's and don'ts mentioned in the scriptures. Because that's what Lord is expecting from us. In the 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Lord stresses this point. Tasmat shastram pramanam te karya vyavastitau jnatva shastra vidhanoktam karma kartum iharhasi. No shastra vidhan. No, the vidhan. Vidhan means vidhi. Vidhi means things to be done. And vidhan means shastra emphasizes these duties. So, jnatva shastra vidhanoktam, knowing the vidhan, knowing the duties enjoined in the scriptures, karma kartum iha arhasi. In this world, one should perform one's duties. So, beautifully, what should be an ideal family life is being described in these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam, that in associating with devotees, all this, you have been learning this daily in these pages of Srimad Bhagavatam that associate with devotees, and then chanting Nam Sankirtan was glorified by Narad Muni. And then these verses today is what we are discussing. They are highly recommending visiting the holy places. And Prabhupada, Prabhupada has this always a compassionate mood. All these holy places, they are basically mentioned in Bharatvarsha. And then Prabhupada takes this beyond, not only Bharatvarsha, wherever the deities of Radha and Krishna are installed, they are like auspicious places. So visiting of the holy places is being stressed here for Grihasthas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he appeared 500 years ago, and when he was instructing Sanatana Goswami, those instructions actually come in Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 22nd, wherein he describes the 5 potent limbs of devotional service. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtan, Bhagavata Shravan, Mathura Vasa, Srimurti Radhaya Sevana. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says these are the 5 limbs actually. Sakala Sadhana Sreshta, Ei Pancha Anga, Krishna Prema Janmaya, Ei Panchera Alpa Sangha. Sakala, there are so many sadhanas, so many spiritual practices. Sakala Sadhana Sreshta, amongst all those sadhanas, Sakala Sadhana Sreshta, Ei Pancha Anga, all these 5 limbs, they are topmost amongst all the sadhanas. Why? Krishna Prema Janmaya Panchera Alpa Sangha, they can give birth to love of Krishna in the heart of a person just by Panchera Alpa Sangha. Even if you associate yourself with any of these limbs and even for smaller amount of time, then also they have the potential to generate or give birth to love of Krishna in the heart of a person. So that is the potency. We know there are so many sadhanas, right? Karma yoga is also sadhana, Jnana yoga is also sadhana, Dhyana yoga is there, Ashtanga yoga is there, and so many yoga practices. They have their own sadhana. In bhakti also, there are 64 limbs, varied sadhana. So if we just take out the essence, like the Samudra Manthan was done and the essence was taken out in the form of a nectar. Similarly, all these sadhanas you combine together and then you take out the essence, like milk is there, you boil the milk and then make it into curd and then make it into butter and then churn that and take out ghee. And 1 drop of ghee is equivalent to like almost more than 60 drops of milk. So that is the potential in a condensed form. So similarly, all these sadhanas, when you combine them together, churn them out, and the essence will come out. That is these 5. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavad Shravan, Mathura Vasa Srimurti Shraddhaya Sevan. Sadhu Sangha, association with devotees, Nama Sankirtan, chanting the holy names of the Lord. Sadhu Sangha Nama Kirtan Bhagavata Shravan, hearing and studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Mathura Vas, staying in the holy places, and Srimurti Shraddhaya Sevan, faithfully worshipping the deities. So all these 5 are mentioned. If you just look at the morning program designed by Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON, we can understand that all these 5 limbs are included in the morning program in the temple. So that is what we can say, that the compassion of Srila Prabhupada, that he wants to give the essence to the general audience. And when we are reading this shloka, I will show the screen again, particularly the last shloka of what we are discussing is this. Ete punyatama desha. So visiting the holy places is the point of focus. Ete punyatama desha. All these deshas, all these holy places, they have mentioned all these holy places. Why I recited these shlokas? Because even uttering the names of these holy places purifies us. Hearing their names purifies us. Like, Kurukshetra. When you utter this word Kurukshetra, then it purifies us. So therefore, actually, all these names are also purifying. There are some spiritual organizations which give importance to some karma kanda rituals. They have this. Once you get up early in the morning, you should recite all these names of these holy places. They have composed shlokas by which you get up and then say those shlokas, by which your morning start is auspicious. As we say, good morning. So how do you make your morning good? By remembering the Lord and the holy places. So what is this last shloka? It says, Ete punyatama desha. All these deshas, all these places are punyatama. Punya tama is the superlative degree mentioned here. Punya, we have punya, then we have punyatar, and then we have punyatama. So these holy places are punyatama, the topmost amongst all these holy, all the places. Their essence, like, when someone wants to enjoy and go to a place, I'm going for a break. Like celestial people or the devatas, they also have their places of enjoyment, like Gandhamadhan Parvat, Mandakini River, and we know from Gajendra, he went to celebrate his holidays with families and friends on the Trikuta mountain. So like in the modern day, people say that we are going to enjoy, and on holidays we are going to, some people might say, Singapore and New York and Dubai and where not. And if you are in India, then Shimla, then Kulu Manali and Goa, like that people will say. A spiritualist where will say, we are celebrating our holidays, making them holy in the holy land. We are going to Vrindavan, we are going to Kurukshetra, we are going to Mayapur, like that. So these are Punyatama Desha. They are the topmost places. For us existing on this planet, there cannot be anything greater than this in terms of spiritual benefit. So therefore, Narmani says, which Shukadeva Goswami is mentioning to us, Punyatama Desha. These are the topmost places. Harer Archa Shaitas Chaye Etan Deshan Nishevita. One should stay in these holy places and serve these holy places. What will happen by this? Shreyas Kamo Hi Abhikshnasha. All your desires will be fulfilled very quickly. And it says, Sahasradhi Phalodaya. Sahasradhi Phalodaya means what? They are, any act performed there, you get 1,000 times more benefit. You chant one round Hare Krishna Mahamantra at other place and one round Hare Krishna Mahamantra at those places, you'll get 1,000 times more benefit. Like we have, recently we had some internet service provider, and we were using that services particularly. And then another brand person came, and he was offering us services. You purchase from us. We asked why we should go for you. We already have one. And he was saying, we give you 5x, 5 times more faster, something like that. Now, 5x, 10x. This is the, like one of my colleague was sharing with me, the Apple website, and they had, MacBook ad, which was saying, now we have M3 chip, which is 1.5x. So whatever you had, the speed is more. So similarly, this is the way actually 5x, 2x, 10x. Here, Narad Muni is mentioning 1000x, which no one promises in the material world. Sahasradhi Phalodaya. So Sahasra means 1000 times. 1000 times more benefit you get by visiting holy places. And therefore, we had this custom in our traditional culture, that visiting holy place. Our ancestors, they used to go and visit the holy place. They used to take kids also and visit the holy place. So for a family and family members, in fact, for everyone, it's essential aspect of devotional service. If we really want to advance, then one should certainly visit these topmost holy places, which are available to us. We are so fortunate, actually. What is the benefit one receives? The benefit of visiting these holy places, the first one is spiritual purification. We are purified of our existence, which is the goal of our life, Chitta Shuddhi. So, because these holy places are made holy by either Lord performing his pastime, or by Lord taking his birth, or devotees glorifying the names of the Lord over there. So we purify our existence by being in their association. Second is we get to meet so many saintly persons over there. When we go to a holy place, we take a deep in the holy river over there, holy tirthas. Not only that, but we happen to visit, like we hear from them and the glories of the Dham. Rather, these holy persons actually make these places holy. Tirthi kurvanti tirthani swantasthena gada bhrata. Yudhishthira Maharaj says this to Vidura. Because you persons, you holy persons, because you carry Lord within your heart, when you go anywhere, you can make that place holy. So that is the potency actually. In fact, you might be knowing the story of Ganga Avatarana, Ganga, when Bhagirath wanted to bring Ganga on these earthly planets, he did lot of austerities. That was for deliverance of his ancestors who were turned into ashes because of mishap they did with Kapila Muni in Ganga Sagar somewhere. So Ganga denied because of two reasons. I'll not come. The first reason, she said, who will bear my force on the earth when I descend? The first concern was that. And the second concern was, when I'll come down, many people will take bath in me. What is the hope for me? How will I purify myself? And then Bhagirath guaranteed that, okay, in regards to your force, I will appease Lord Shiva. He will hold the Ganges, that is you on his jata. And regarding your concern about you are getting impure, we'll have so many sages taking bath in you, and they will purify you. And then the Ganga agreed, and that's how Ganga descended. So these persons, we go to the holy places not only just for a sightseeing, not only for a change. We should visit holy places not for a change, but getting changed. And that change happens by hearing from these holy persons who show us the Dham, who reveal us the Dham. So that is the benefit of visiting the holy places. The third benefit of visiting the holy places is it strengthens our faith. We read from the pages of Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto that Putana appeared over here, and then here the Kaliya was subdued, and this Leela happened here, and Mother Yashoda binding Krishna. All these things we listen from Srimad Bhagavatam. But when we actually go to Vrindavan and we see those places, oh, this is the Ukhal to which, this is the mortar to which Mother Yashoda bound Krishna. This is the place where Putana was killed. This is the place where actually Krishna was born. So when we see those places actually physically, then it strengthens our faith in the scriptures. Yes, these scriptures are saying things right. And therefore, beautifully, if you happen to read some sections of Chaitanya Charitamrita, where the different Parshadas and the different places are mentioned by Kaviraj Goswami, Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, if Prabhupada is, if Kaviraj Goswami mentions something about, let us say, Mamagachi, then Prabhupada writes that there is a railway station by this name. You cross from Navdeep, you cross the Ganga, the Jalindhari River by boat, then you go here, from here, this much distance you go, you catch a train, go here. So every detail is mentioned by Prabhupada. So these visiting the holy places actually strengthens our faith. And the beauty of the holy places is the Lord is accessible very easily. Easy access. Lord is so merciful actually. Lord has, for the benefit of the persons living on Bhumandala, Lord has left his holy dhams, so that these holy dhams actually, they are windows to the spiritual world wherein we need to go. So therefore these holy places are very essential for a sadhaka to visit. And therefore we see from Srila Prabhupada's life as well. When Srila Prabhupada went to US in 1965, and then immediately the 66 we know ISKCON was established. After that, when he got good success, immediately he took Western disciples to India on a holy pilgrimage. He brought them to Mayapur. He brought them to Vrindavan. So he knowing that these devotees need to visit these holy places for their spiritual advancement, he brought them there. So Prabhupada also, through his example, teaching us the importance of visiting these holy places. And not only, there are so many lectures given by Srila Prabhupada in Vrindavan, Mayapur actually. You can listen, there are various folders in Prabhupada's audio ministry, Manipedia, that in Mayapur, Prabhupada giving so many lectures. So not only bringing them, but also telling them the importance of visiting the holy place and then doing katha. Srila Prabhupada beautifully in the purport mentions that, I'll read his wordings as it is. He says, any place where the deity of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is worshipped by devotees is most significant. And this is especially true for all those living outside of India. Srila Prabhupada mentions that himself, those who are staying outside India. Whenever the place where deity is worshipped, that is most significant, because the deity is not ordinary thing. One time, I was giving a session to some youngsters in the temple and I asked them, how many of you believe that Lord is present in the deity? Because they were all coming to the temple since many months. Everyone raised their hand, yes, the Lord is present in the deity. I said, wrong. Lord is not present in the deity. Lord is the deity. Because the deity and the Lord, they are non-different. And we have so many stories from our scriptures to prove this point. Lord himself is there in the deity form. Lord is the deity. We have the story of Sakshi Gopala in Chaitanya Charitamrita. The story comes Madhya. Lord Chaitanya himself visited that place, Sakshi Gopal. We know the story. I'm not going to tell you the story, but the younger Brahman serving the elder Brahmana and bringing the Lord to give witness. The Lord came. There the Vipra says to the Lord, प्रतिमा नाही तुम्ही साक्षात व्रजेंद्र नंदन विप्र लागी कर तुम्ही अकार्य कारण. प्रतिमा नाही तुम्ही साक्षात व्रजेंद्र नंदन. You are not deity. You are साक्षात व्रजेंद्र नंदन. Come down with me. And then the Lord agreed. We also have Srimad Bhagavatam. When Jada Bharat was caught by some dacoits and they wanted to offer him in a sacrifice, Bali, in front of a deity of a Kali. And we know that the Kali herself appeared from the deity. The deity broke down and she chopped heads of all these dacoits and protected Jada Bharat, who was the great devotee of the Lord. So the deity and the Lord, they are non-different. Non-different. The places where deity is worshipped, the sages and the holy places, they carry an aura of themselves around them, They have an influence. What kind of influence it's called as, in Sanskrit it says prabhav. Prabhav. When Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, while explaining his vibhutis, he says, Tejas Tejas Vinamaham. I am the Tej of all those Tejasvis. Sridhar Swami, he mentions that what is that Tej, The Tej is basically the influence. The Tej is the prabhava of those either persons or the places because of which we have a desire to practice spirituality, where the desire or the spark within us is fanned and we feel little spiritually uplifted. That is the prabhav. That prabhav, many holy persons, many holy places where the authentic deity worship happens, they carry this influence and the prabhava. And in regards to the prabhava of the persons, I'll tell you, there is a beautiful description. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually narrates the story to Sanatana Goswami in Madhya Leela when he is talking about Mrugari. That story basically comes in the section of explanations of the Atmarama verse. And there Mahaprabhu narrates the story of this Vyad, Mrugari and Narada Muni. How because of the presence, because of the association of Narada Muni, the Mrugari's life was transformed. At the very outset, very first meeting of Narada Muni and the Mrugari is a person who is a sadist. Sadist is kind of a person who takes enjoyment by making others suffer. अर्धमार जीव यदि धड़पड़ करे तबे त आनंद मोर बाढ़े अंतरे. When I have killed the animals, I get bliss of the other world. That was the reply given by Mrugari when Narada Muni asked him, why are you half killing the animals? And when the Narada Muni was asking various questions to Mrugari, Mrugari was angered. In the anger, he wanted to say or speak abusive words to Narada. But he was so angry, but there was prabhava, there was influence of Narada Muni, and because of that, what happened? क्रुद्ध हैया व्याधतारे गाली दी ते चाय नारद प्रभावे मुखे गाली नहीं आए. Very beautifully, it is mentioned that क्रुद्ध हैया व्याधतारे गाली दी ते चाय. Gali means, speaking abusive words. क्रुद्ध हैया, he was angry. Who is this person asking me all of a sudden? Why are you killing? क्रुद्ध, he became angry and wanted to curse, wanted to abuse Narada. But Narada Prabhave Mukhe Gali Nahi Aaye. Because of the influence, because of the aura of Saint Narada, the abusive words themselves could not come out of the mouth of Brigari. So that is the influence of holy persons. And same is the influence of the holy places as well. Srila Prabhupada tells the story of a thief. He was a thief, and somehow by association of devotees, he was transformed, and once he went to a holy place. Maybe he might have read today's section that grihasthas, they should visit holy places. So he went with the sages to the holy places, and all the sages, they went to take bath, and he was there in the night. What happened? Actually, he woke up, and because of the strong desire to steal, was not allowing him to sleep. So what he did, he just interchanged the bags of many persons. Sages were there. So when they went to take bath in the morning, they came back, they saw all chaos here. What happened? And then he agreed, I was a thief, all know. I have a tendency to do something, but I can't steal here. The influence of place is there. So I just interchanged, did something, mishap. So the place has its prabhav, So when we are in that prabhava kshetra, then automatically our auspicious inclinations or auspicious uti, they will increase. So therefore, it is very essential for a practicing sadhaka to put himself or herself in such an influence, whether of holy persons or holy places, in a way that they will always remain in these positive inclinations and not get much affected by the negative influences, negative energies. And the beauty of deity worship is such that even the home can be made into a temple. Just have deities at your home. Prabhupada mentioned there are many sections in the purports at various places. Srila Prabhupada mentions deity worship as a must thing for a grihastha. This is a merciful incarnation of the Lord for the sadhaka. In Gautamiya Tantra, Gautamiya Tantra is the Tantra scripture wherein Advaitacharya found that verse, Tulsidala Matrena Jalasya Chulukena Ma Vikrinite Swayam Atmanam Bhaktebhyo Bhaktavatsala, and because of that, he could invite Lord Chaitanya to appear on this planet for the sake of deliverance of living entities. And this Gautamiya Tantra very beautifully, it mentions Asare Gora Samsare Saram Krishna Padarchanam Tatpadam Varchitam Yena Pavitram Sarvabodhakam Tatpadam Narchitam Yena Papinam Papakarmanam Sharira Bharavahanam Tasya Janma Nirarthakam. What it says, Asare, Sar means essence, Asare means there is no essence. Where? Ghora samsare. In this samsara, there is no essence, There is no substance in this samsara. There is only one essence. Saram Krishna Padarchanam. There is only one essence. In this entire world, which is of no essence, there is only one essence, that is worship of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. Tat padam varchitam yena, one who worships the deities, pavitram sarvabodhakam, he becomes purified, and all his sins are eradicated. Tat padam narchitam yena papinam papakarmanam, anyone who does not worship the deities, sharira bhar vahanam tasya janma nirarthakam, he has unnecessarily, he's the burden on the planet because he does not do Krishna Archana, Krishna Pada Archana. This is from Gautamiya Tantra actually. Even Lord Kapila, while mentioning about bhakti to Mother Devahuti in 29th chapter of 3rd canto, he talks about even the practice of bhakti coming under three modes. We do bhakti, but it is influenced because we are practicing bhakti in the material world, and the characteristic of the material world is it is influenced by three modes. So therefore, our practice of bhakti is also influenced by three modes of material nature. So the question asked by Mother Devahuti is, how can one transcend these modes while living in the world? There, Kapil Muni explains some characteristics by which one can transcend the three modes and do Nirguna Bhakti, from Guni Bhuta Bhakti to Nirguna Bhakti. And therein one shloka comes, basically 3rd canto, chapter number 29 and shloka 16, wherein he says, Madhishna Darshana Sparsha Puja Stuti Abhivandanaihi. Madhishna means my deity form. Darshana, one should take darshan of my deity form. And then Sparshana, one should touch the deities. Puja, one should offer puja to the deity. Basically, offering puja means even taking darshan of the Lord when the arati is performed. It is said that when you take darshan of the deities of the Lord when the arati is performed, you get the benefit of doing 1000 Ashwamedh Yagyas. And you are absolved of 1000 Brahma Hatya Patakas. So that is the beauty. That is what the benefit we receive by just seeing the face of the Lord when the arati is performed. Puja, stuti, offering prayers to the Lord, abhivandana, offering obeisances in front of the deities. So, worshipping the deities is the means by which we can transcend three modes of this material world and do Nirguna Bhakti. This was Kapil Muni explains. Why I'm mentioning this? Because Srila Prabhupada mentioned this in the purport that, wherever the deities, because they have the influence, as I mentioned, they have this prabhava. So then for grahasthas, actually, I have one formula which I usually tell. Maybe I can just write down. If I can write on the whiteboard, I don't know where it is. Yeah. I call this 111 formula. What is this 111 formula? This 111 formula is, I hope you are able to see the screen. Once in a day at home. Next one is once in a week in the temple. And next is once in a year there is someone doing some annotations actually. Maybe. Once in a year to a holy place. So what is this formula basically? The formula is basically once in a day at home. This is 111 formula, and we'll conclude with this. At your home, we have all some altar. We can say that at home altar. Once in a day at home altar, you have some altar or deity at home, some photo of the deity, whatever. Then once in a day, spend some time in front of the altar. The next one is once in a week, spend some time in the temple. That is minimum I'm talking about. There is no limit to the maximum. Sky is the limit, you can say. And because there are devotees who stay very close to temple and they'll say, no, we'll go once, Prabhuji told. No, no, no. If you can go daily and then do practice, there is nothing like it. But for those who are not able to do so, they're staying away from temple and don't have access, then once in a time, at least in a day, spend some time at the home altar. Once in a week, spend some time in the temple, listening to the discourses, doing some services, associating with devotees, all these. And lastly, once in a year, what we are discussing in the today's verse, once in a year, go to a holy place. You should have some assigned schedule that, once in a year, some budget assigned for it. Once in a year, we go to this holy yatra. Once in a year, one should plan something. Either Srila Prabhupada used to take, Prabhupada has ordered GBC members actually. You should every year come here, assemble in the holy place and do your meeting. Nowadays also, as you must have seen, all these sannyasis, GBCs, they are stalwarts and they are so busy. We give excuse, we are busy. They are 10x more busy than us. They take out some time of their busy schedules and they go to a holy place in pilgrimage. Because it has, and we can vouch for it, we all have the experience that when we had visited the dhams, what is our consciousness, we feel refreshed, we feel energized and spiritually surcharged and whatnot. So we get amply benefited by that. So if nothing, then at least this 1-1-1 formula can be learned and applied by everyone. Once in a day, sometime in the home altar, once in a week, sometime in the temple, and then once in a year, sometime in the holy places. And all these holy places which are mentioned in today's verse, you can take a list. Shukdev Goswami has mentioned many. You can choose any holy place of your choice, but this is not, as I mentioned, don't visit holy place for a change. Visit holy place to get changed. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. Is there anyone who has question? We can discuss.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. What a wonderful class, Prabhuji. So nice, very practical, Prabhuji. I just have a question. I just want a clarification, like you were saying, seeing the darshan of the Lord is equal to what you said? Two things you said, right? Seeing the darshan of the Lord.
Yeah.
What is that you said?
Darshan of the Lord while the arati is performed.
Okay. So, and that is equal to?
1000 Ashwamedh Yagyas and eradication of 1000 Brahma Hatyas. Brahma Hatya Patakas. That comes in Padma Purana.
Any verse, Prabhuji?
I don't have a verse reference immediately, but I know that is from Padma Purana.
Okay. And also, you recited that verse which Advaita Acharya recited to call
Advaita Acharya, not. Yeah, that is Tulsidala Matrena Jalasya Chulukena Vaha, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Or the one which I quoted for Asare Ghora Samsare, what you are talking about.
Yeah, Asare Bhaura Samsara. Yes, that's what.
Yeah, that is Gautamiya Tantra actually. Gautamiya Tantra. If you want, I can post the reference in the chat box. I have the reference for that. Gautamiya Tantra and 31st chapter and the shloka numbers are also mentioned. You can have a look.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji. And lastly, means like you were saying that visit the holy dham to change yourself, right? And before that, what is it?
Don't visit holy place for a change.
Okay.
For a change, I'm going here. For a change, I'm going there. Not like that, Not like for a change, I'm testing something different. So not for a change, but to get changed internally.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. That was rhyming actually. So I just wanted to make a note. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. And we have questions, I mean, like a hand raise from Parampapani Shyama Mataji. Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, dear Mataji, thank you so much for the opportunity. Hare Krishna, dear Prabhuji, thank you so much for this wonderful class, Prabhuji. As you mentioned about the Prabhav, we have Prabhav for the Prabhav of the holy place, as well as the devotees who carries lords in their heart. Prabhuji, like like it, like does people acquire, like does a devotee acquire Prabhav with increasing purity, and like to get that, how, what should we do? We need to do more devotional service and purify ourselves, or
Yeah, exactly. They get their prabhava through their sadhana, through their spiritual practices. And one more thing, if we want to be prabhavi, in a sense, we want to have that prabhav, you stay in the circle of their prabhava. Like an example, like like if this is a magnet and this is an iron filing, this is iron and this is magnet. So the iron filing, when it comes in contact with the magnet, you know that this iron file also becomes magnetic. And let us say if there is some another iron file, this iron file, when this iron file comes in contact with the magnet, this this iron piece will also start becoming like a magnet, and this will also then get connected here. So we are here, let us say, and these are the great devotees of the Lord, and this is Krishna, let us say. Huh? So when Krishna, the great devotees of the Lord, they are in touch with Krishna, they have the influence. So when we get connected to them, we get connected to Krishna, like that. So how we can have Prabhav? We can have Prabhav by being under their Prabhava Kshetra.
Got you, Prabhuji. That's that's so beautiful answer, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Please accept my humble obeisances. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay. Gautami Tantra, you have written in the chat box. Okay. And what is that verse number?
What do you want?
What is that verse number you have mentioned in the chat box, Prabhu?
Yeah. 37, 38.
37, 30. I don't understand that.
Devanagari Acharya. Sorry. It's verse number 37, 38.
Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Devotees, any more questions or realizations for Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Please accept
Samagori
my
Mataji, please
obeisances.
accept my pranams.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for coming on the call and giving your wonderful association, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. It's really, important to visit Holy Dham, but we are living in America. It's not possible to go every year, Prabhuji. You said once in a year, but whenever we go to India, we definitely visit Holy Dhams.
Yeah. So when you come to India, at that time we can make it a point.
Yes,
And
Prabhu.
when not in India, Srila Prabhupada mentions, Prabhupada has given plus wherever there are devotees, you can associate with devotees.
Yeah.
And I see you arranging for speakers and you attending these sessions, so you get association of many persons. So you are in the holy place in one sense.
Need your blessings, Prabhuji.
Very good. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Yes, our Bhakti Sangha is like a virtual temple. Every day we have nice speakers. By mercy of Shyama Gauri Mataji, we are getting very nice speakers every day to give these classes on Bhagavatam and enlighten us from this darkness of this Bhavasagar. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, and thank you, Mataji. And yes, we again have hand raised, Prabhu. Do you have time?
We can take 1 or 2 questions.
Okay, Hemangi Gopeshwari Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for this beautiful class. I just wanted your input. You mentioned that we should go to the holy Dham to get changed, not for just going for a change. Can you please elaborate on this and tell us what kind of changes should we ask for or aspire for as we return from the holy Dham?
Yeah, visiting holy place for a change means what, the first thing is just for sightseeing. I have been living here. I just want some break from my hectic life, and therefore I'm going. And that is visiting for a change. Getting changed means what? Actually going over there. And what is to be done in Dhama? Our scriptures themselves mention, what one should go, what one should do in Dham. One should take bath in the holy place. One should see the main darshan of the deities over there. One should associate with deities and listen from the holy persons about the glories of the Dham. One should serve the Dham. One should do charity in the Dham. So these are the things mentioned what one should do. So one should do these with the intent of getting purified. One should do these with the intent of advancing in spiritual life. And when that is the motto, then our visit to the Dham will be considered successful. Like what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did, we listen, we read Madhya Leela Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 4, 5, 6, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled through various places, Remuna and then Sakshi Gopal deities. So what they were doing, wherever they would go, they would do kirtan. And there are only five of them, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda, Jagdadananda, Damodar, Mukunda. So for these devotees plus Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, so only 5 devotees are going there. 5 devotees are doing kirtan. One person is narrating the story, other persons are listening. Other 4 are listening. They are taking darshan of the deities. They are doing Nam Sankirtan. So how they visited, we also should visit the Dham in the same mood. With the mood of being humble servant and servant of the Lord, and with the intent of purifying our heart. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for that question also. So it was very good. A list of a pile of things we can do, but still, as you said, that when milk is boiled, we can get so many things. And when it comes as ghee, 1 drop of ghee is equal to this much amount of milk or water, whatever it is. And so comparing to the devotion services at the 6 limbs of bhakti. So the same way, we have pile of things to go and do in the dham, but still we do not know what we have to do there. So thank you. This will be helpful for us, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So I don't see any more hand raise or questions in the chat box, Prabhu. So
We can.
we have 1 hand raise. Is that okay? Parampapani
Okay.
Mataji.
Okay.
Okay. Parampapani Shama Mataji, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Prabhuji, as you mentioned that like where the deities are being served in authentic way and sincerely, that place is that place we can consider as holy dham. So, in the 111 principle, like if we cannot go to the holy dham, can we go to visit the temple in that mode, right, Prabhu?
Yes. Srila Prabhupada mentions that our temples are non-different than Vaikuntha. And staying in the temple, spending some time in the temple where the deities are worshipped elaborately, that is the dham for us. So even if you are not able to go to a dham, then also visiting the temple is fine. But when you can go to a dham, when you have a chance to go, you should go.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So yeah, thank you all very much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare-
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, once again. So we are very thankful to you for this wonderful class and Q&A session also. Devotees, let's pay our obeisances to Prabhuji. Vancha kalpatrupasya.
Vancha kalpatrubhescha kripa sindhu bhagavacha
Patitana
patitanam
Vaishnavebhyo,
Vaishnavebhyo
Namo
namo
Namaha.
namaha Gaudiya Vaishnava ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, His Holiness
Jai.
ki jai.
Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Thank you,
God is
Prabhuji. Hare
God.
Krishna.
Nityananda.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna. Radhe Radhe.